I have no idea what episode we're on, Ryan.
Well, we're on the New Year's Eve or the 2024 recap episode.
No shit.
So it's not 2020 episode 2024, but it is the 2024 recap episode.
So this is not the last episode of the year, though, right? Do we have one more coming out in 2024?
Well, I mean, so this episode will come out. Christmas is on Wednesday.
Yeah, shit.
So will it come out? Will it come out Thursday?
When do you want it to come out? I'll put it out whenever. I don't give a shit.
I mean, it can come out on Thursday if we really want it to.
That's when they come out anyway.
And that would be the last episode of 2024.
All right.
Because then the next one would come out on January 2nd.
All right. So the episode after this, golf resolutions again.
Yep. Golf resolutions.
I have absolutely no idea what I said I was going to do last year.
No.
Very curious. I wish we had a producer in the room to remind to check that for us, but Noah's gone.
Yeah.
He's not fired or quit.
No, yeah. He just, I don't know. He must have just fucking stacked up his PTO for the last week of the year, which I cannot say anything because I have done that in previous jobs. My last job, I worked hourly, and we for the amount of staff we had, I was getting my 40 hours in by noon on Friday, sometimes end of day Thursday. So it's like I could take a half day or a full day off on Friday because they didn't really want to pay overtime at that point. I could take that half or full day without having to use PTO. So I either did that or I didn't take any days off. And at the end of the year, I think the month of December, I might have worked a total of 4 or 5 days.
Hell yeah. Is that a job too where they didn't carry over PTO?
There's a certain amount that carried over, but there was a certain amount that didn't. So I think we got 1 week of sick leave. And so if you took PTO beginning of the year, they'd pull it from your sick leave right away. And then if you were sick after that was used up, they'd pull from your PTO. It's the same thing.
Okay.
But you'd lose that. So I'd have a week of sick leave.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I would do that at the news. I would bank my shit up and then take all of rifle hunting off.
Oh, that's it. That's.
So and then it would come to Christmas and be like, I'm out of PTO. So, Merry Christmas, family.
Yeah.
You can see me at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's true. That's the one thing that would suck about working at the news is there's really
you work every day. There's no days off.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking no days off, dude.
Same with being a cattle rancher.
Oh, yeah.
I have a good buddy who's a cattle rancher, and I've gained a lot of respect seeing what he does because it's like taking care of a kid.
Oh yeah.
It's
hundreds of them.
Yeah. It's 365 days a year.
Yeah.
No days off.
Mm-hmm. And if you want a day off, what do? You call your buddy down the road, be like, hey, you're in charge today. I'd have no idea what you do in a situation. Can you take a day off? I
mean, unless you if you got guys working for you.
Does he?
He doesn't really have, he's got good buddies that'll come help, but they also have other jobs. He's also got his dad who is probably in his 70s.
Yeah.
That can come and do the chores or whatever. But
you got to start reproducing.
Oh yeah. No, he's got 2 kids.
You got to get them. Yeah. You got to grind for 18 years and then you can take a day off.
Yeah. So that's one thing where you can't just ask a coworker to cover for you, you know?
Hey, cows, you're in charge today. Can you just be chill for me for a day?
Yeah. Or it's like taking care of a cat when you're gone for a long weekend. You just overflow their food bowl and just make sure they have a litter box.
Won't cows eat themselves to death? They just eat what they have, right? They don't stop. I don't know. I don't know fucking shit.
I don't know anything. I don't really know much about cattle ranching. Yeah. So I'm not even going to try and speak on it.
Okay. Yeah. Same. Idea. I'll stop pretending like I know. I know cattle ranchers. I don't know cattle ranching.
No. So yeah, Noah's gone today. Classic. The thing is, he had homework to do, and that was to pull our stats for 2023 stats. And he
I'd be curious because he has no idea we're recording it today. If because he thinks we're recording.
I think I might have told him.
Oh, I for sure didn't. But it'd be funny if because from what I know, he thinks we're recording on Monday. It is Friday right now. If on Monday he sends us the stats,
it'd be okay though. Put him put him to work a little bit while he's on his PTO.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody the other day, I don't remember the last time I took a day off where I didn't still do a little bit of something.
Right. Yeah, I haven't taken a full day off since my kid was born. I've taken half days. Like I took a half day to move. But yeah, that was paternity leave.
Yeah. Yeah. And 2 weeks.
Not a single one. So I think I might fucking bank them. I'm gonna skip the whole week after Christmas to New Year's.
You should.
I can see into actually. I'm going on a big vacation in January.
Are you where?
Myrtle Beach area.
Not for
Caddy Girls. My sister moved to Wilmington, which is like an hour north of Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
But I'm headed down to Myrtle Beach to play golf with Ron again.
Vikings Ron from the Caddy Girls tournament.
Yeah. Caddy Girls tournament year 1. Me and G Dave get paired with this guy named Ron. He's got a Vikings head cover on. Instantly become friends. Went to the game with him 2 weeks ago. He came up from Myrtle Beach, and we went to the Vikings-Falcons game.
That's sweet.
Good guy. And now I'm seeing Ron more than I see some of my family members.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'll see him
more
2
than
times
your
this
sister.
year. Yeah, I'll see him 2 times this year. I'll see my sister once.
Huh. That's okay though.
Yeah, good guy, that Ron.
I was gonna send you a video the other day of it was a TikTok of pretty much breaking down how the cartels run Myrtle Beach. And I didn't send it to you. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, apparently the cartels are running Myrtle Beach.
No
and
shit.
it's like how they do it.
Huh. Wow. Big fan of your town, cartel.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any cartel, wonder if any cartels have ways of laundering money through golf courses.
Dude, there is an insane amount of mini golf in Myrtle Beach.
Same with Florida.
Dude, that's kind of like the only thing I know about money laundering is what I know from watching Breaking Bad and the car wash.
Yeah.
Mini golf, its base model is pretty similar to a car wash. There's no way to confirm how many people played golf that day.
That is true. That's very true. Okay.
That totally checked. There's so many mini golf courses. I got an unnecessary amount.
Yeah, there's not that many people playing mini golf.
I mean, it is. They call themselves the mini golf capital of the world. Like they have the mini golf masters there.
Yeah,
but still, there's like one on every block.
Yeah, which is totally unnecessary.
Yeah, so that would check out. Maybe do some digging. I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth. Actually,
I don't know if I would really dig into something like that.
Speaking, nothing suspicious is happening in Myrtle Beach.
Last time I played mini golf was at Pop Stroke in Florida, and that would have been 2019. It's been damn near 5 years since I played mini golf.
Hey, your kid's getting to the right age though.
Yeah, he's also got a broken leg.
Yeah, it's
and
also
it is winter,
December.
Though.
You're fine till then. He'll be fine when it comes springtime.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe give it another year or two, and then we'll just have to start beating him because there's no way that I'm gonna let him win. I say that now and then fuck.
No, dude, I was playing.
Comes down to it, I might hand him a couple W's. No, I can't though.
You can't. So I was playing boot hockey with my now 5-year-old. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you. Which when you're listening to this, when you're 18,
love you, buddy.
He just turned 5 yesterday, actually. I was playing boot hockey with him on the patio the other night because it was super icy.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing to 5, and I let him get it 4-4. And then you got to close the doors on him.
Okay.
You let him.
That's fair.
Let him stay in it, and then close the doors.
Because I was thinking in my head it'd always be like 5-0.
It absolutely could be.
Yeah. No. It for sure. But I think my mindset when it comes to not letting my kid win, I always think of like, all right, I'm going to beat him 11-0 in basketball, or I'm going to hit bombs off of him in wiffle ball.
Yep.
But yeah, okay.
You let him load the count up, full count, and then go yard on him.
Yeah. Because then at least they won't rage quit.
Yeah.
And they'll finish the game because there's a chance all the way to the end.
Yeah. He's just like, and he took off his glove and shook my hand.
Oh, good for him. Yep. Yeah, good sportsmanship.
He used to fucking spaz and be like, hey, you want to play sports for real or you want to play sports with me? you got to knock that shit off or you're not going to play anything.
Yeah. I was a huge rage quitter when I was
really
younger. Oh yeah. We used to have this thing called the summer series where, so my grandpa retired early to watch my brother and I during the summers because we hated the daycare that we were going to. It was like the Catholic church daycare.
Nice.
And we weren't even Catholic. So we go to and we hated it at that daycare. So he watched us all summer, and those were the best summers of my entire life. And we'd have the summer series. So at this point, my brother and I were probably like 8 and 10 years old, and we would have rotating like weekly games of either foosball or basketball.
So you guys invented the summer series. This isn't like
no, this is just we just called it the summer series.
Because like there's baseball tournaments called the summer series and shit like that. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is
your own invention.
Yes, this was literally my brother and I against my grandpa, who was very young at the time. He's like just cracked 70.
Okay.
Mid 70s.
Okay.
So whenever he would beat it, like the loser would have to buy lunch for the other one. And like McDonald's at this time, you could get away with $3 for like a full meal damn near. And when we would lose, I would fucking lose my shit.
Oh,
because I hated losing.
I don't like it either, but if I ever rage quit, my dad would fucking spaz.
Yeah, and I think I'll probably be the same way.
Yeah.
It's like do as I say, not as I do type of deal with your kid. Because I learned now, especially at my age, where I was like, that's so unnecessary. And it's like, buddy, if you only have $4 in your piggy bank and you have to spend 3 of it, like that's kind of demoralizing when you have to spend your own money. Like,
then just win.
Yeah. Hey, take all the garbages out in the house when I ask you to, and I'll give you the $3 back. You know, that type of deal.
Yep.
So
you'd spaz at grandpa? Would he just laugh at you? Or what?
I wouldn't spaz at him. I would more so spaz like just out loud. Yeah, it was bad. I don't even want to really remember
8-year-old Ryan just dropping a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Playing ping pong.
Yep. I'd also rage quit in ATV Off-Road Fury 2 on the PS2.
Dude, that game was awesome.
It was the best. Especially when you got all the way to the outside of the map.
And it would just yeet you back into the center.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great game.
Yep.
Great game.
Yep. So,
sorry. Side note, we're presented by Nicolay Law.
Yeah.
So if you're ever on an ATV and you get yeeted back into the center of the map, you could be entitled to some compensation.
Yeah. Like, hey, maybe your boss, he's got a ATV, UTV, something at the office that he hooks a snowplow up to. He's like, hey, Ryan, would you mind clearing the parking lot so people can get in today? And if you do happen to get in, that's workplace injury.
Yeah. If you run me over with that snowplow,
correct,
I can sue Miles, not you.
Yeah. If I'm rolling you in front of the snowplow into the giant mound of snow and you happen to, gash your eye open, then workplace injury. The guy you're going to want to call, RUSSEL.
Okay. Keep
space NICOLET.
Russell Nicolette?
Russell Nicolay.
Oh.
At nicolaylaw.com.
I've heard of him. That's the award-winning lawyer in the Midwest that has his entire family working with him and treats you like family when you're his client, right?
That is correct, Tyler.
Wow.
Guys, go check out nicolaylaw.com. If you are ever injured or injured anywhere, injured at work, he's going to be the guy that you're going to want to talk to.
Do it.
Okay. 2024.
Almost in the books.
It's almost in the books. It's weird because people, when you try and recap previous years, there's a stretch there between 2020 and like 2022 that is just a blur. Complete blur. And now we're on the other side of that, but I still can't remember. Like when people ask, oh, like when did you really start golfing consistently? Like I don't even remember, but I think it was 2019.
I think because that's when we started this.
Yes.
Yeah. Fall of 2019.
Yep. We started this. We started a golf podcast and a golf page in the Midwest in the late fall.
It's true. We did do that. To be fair, we were shooting videos in like August.
That's true.
And just none of them ever saw the light of day because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
So this is this pretty much caps off year 4.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
year
damn
4.5, dude. We've been doing this for a long, long time now. It feels like
Yeah, and it's weird
30 years.
how we continually keep coming up with stuff to talk about.
It is the world's biggest mystery. I can sit down in this chair, press record, and have zero plan, and somehow golf content still comes out of our mouths.
Know. Hey, also shout out r/golf. Shout out Golf Digest articles. Not that we're just gonna spit out whatever the thread or the article says, but it always spurs something in our heads that we're able to discuss. And I don't know. Did you ever hear Trump talk about the weave?
No.
And why he calls it the weave when he starts to like answer a question and then just completely derails. Like someone could ask him about the border crisis and he would start talking about Tyson versus Holyfield when Holyfield got his ear bit. It's like, what does that even have to do with the original question? I feel like we've gotten pretty good at the weave to where we can just
relate anything to golf.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder if there's any golf courses out there that are ran or have money laundered through the cartel.
Yeah. I wonder if Ryan, now in his old age, has finally kicked the rage quitting habits, because I haven't seen him rage quit on the course before.
Yeah. And even in the simulator, when I lose, I am internally pissed off, but I keep it internal. And I think that's a big improvement from when I was 8 years old now to when I'm 31 years old.
Growth.
So that is growth. It may have taken 23 years, but we're here, baby. Tyler, 2024 golf recap. It was a good season. I feel like this was the first time for me, now that I have a child who is who's a hell of a lot more active than he was the previous year. It was kind of the first year where I just didn't care about golf as much as I did before that.
Right. For this season, golf was a nice treat.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like a habit, if you will.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. Golf was a special occasion, a special treat, something you kind of rewarded yourself with, rather than I'm doing this every week, Thursday night, Saturday morning, maybe Monday mornings. You know, it wasn't like a ritual. It was a spur of the moment, and actually kind of made me enjoy golf more, getting out less. It felt like, hey, you don't get to do this as much anymore, so enjoy it more.
Yeah. No, that's a good perspective on it. I definitely I golfed a little bit less. I'd probably golfed like 6 or 7 rounds less than I did last year. But at the same time, I think for me it was like a breath of fresh air to golf a little bit less, because 2 years ago and 3 years ago, you know that I had sleepless nights.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about my golf game. And if I was ever going to be able to like compete with my buddies like in a friendly manner, or, you know, was I ever going to be able to bet $5 a hole again with one of my good golfing buddies? Because like at that point, did I even stand a chance? Because I was
doesn't matter.
He's
never going to fucking pay you.
Yeah, no, exactly. So to golf less made me think about it a hell of a lot less, which was definitely better for my mental. And weirdly enough, I think I played a little bit better this year.
You had a really good year, didn't you?
Yeah, I shot a personal best. I think I had 3 rounds out of 30 under 80.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I would say it was a pretty successful year overall.
Good. I
didn't
agree.
get on the golf trip though.
No golf trip for you. I did my half-ass golf trip with Grandpa Dave, where it's like a half-day drive, not even.
Yep.
But yeah, same for me. No golf trip. I golfed. I don't know. Can you read off our numbers from last year?
Yeah. So the numbers I have from last year, we're just. Do
you have prices listed, or do you have number of rounds listed?
I just have rounds and then the cost of those rounds from 2023.
Okay, so I remember I think my number of rounds last year was 36-ish.
Okay. 36,
37.
All confirmed 18 birdies, no unconfirmed.
Yeah. Yep. Last year I had no unconfirmed rounds. My number this year, Ryan, is alarming.
In what way?
13 rounds.
Holy smokes.
10 of them confirmed on 18 birdies. And I know that there was at least 3 that weren't on there. Because I had Craigan's wasn't on there. I mean, and I thought about it for a second. I saw that number. I'm like, that can't be right. That number, that number feels so insanely low that it can't be right. If you think about it, very beginning of this season, I played 1 round. I break my fucking leg.
Ah, yes.
So then
That's right.
I am out until June-ish, right? I play 1 round in June.
Yep.
I have my 3rd kid.
Yep.
I am out again for the next 2 weeks, right? After that, I hit middle of July till August relatively hard. That's where the majority of the 13 rounds came.
Okay.
Fall hits, I start house hunting.
Yeah.
So on the weekends, I'm going to look at houses.
Yep.
And here we are, 13 rounds later.
Wow.
I did the math. It's mostly 9-hole rounds. There was a couple big ones where it cost a little bit more. So I just made it $50, including cart. $630 this year. What did I spend last year on rounds of golf?
Last year, rounds of golf, like you had just said, you had played 36 confirmed rounds.
Sorry, $640 this year on rounds.
$640 this year on rounds. Last year in 2023, Tyler, you spent $1,800 on rounds of golf.
Jesus Christ.
So that we'll just say that's that's an $1,160 swing.
Yeah, what in my pocket still.
Yeah. Did you pick up any like bad habits that extra cash would have just went to?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Drinking
Dude.
more or anything?
No, I'm drinking significantly less.
Okay. So
because I wasn't golfing as much.
That's true.
That's
true.
I mean, to add on to my other numbers, I know for a fact this is the first year, well, not for a fact, I've maybe bought 1 box. But I don't think I bought any fucking balls. I maybe bought balls the first round of the year. Okay. But I was cleaning out my garage and I found like 7 boxes of balls. So I just threw, I had some Pinnacles. I had some TaylorMades from I had a box of TaylorMades from the CRMC the year before. I found TaylorMades. I found 2 boxes of Kirkland's that I got as a Secret Santa gift 2 years ago in the bottom drawer of my office.
Damn.
Alan got me those for Christmas one year for the workplace Christmas. So I had 2 boxes of Kirkland's. I had the Pinnacles. I had the TaylorMades. God, and I had 1 other box of random balls. But I had so many golf balls that I just threw all of those in my bag. I remember when I talked about drawing on them, I had my kids draw on them. That's what they drew on, were all those boxes of balls. And I'm not even close to out of those.
Really?
So maybe I might have bought a sleeve or something at the beginning of the season. Sure. But so I just put $50 on equipment, just in general, because I don't think I spent any more than that.
You buy, do you buy Costco gloves?
Nope. Nope. I actually used the same glove all year. I only played 13 rounds. I used that same from the CRMC Open. I got a Travis Matthews glove. Okay. This is like, give me a double or something on the finger. Yep. Wore that for the entire season.
Good for you.
And then I just put my number at drinks at 100.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. So
a pretty safe bet.
$100 on drinks. So my total would be $810 total this year.
Wow.
So
you went sub 1,000.
Sub $1,000. And I mean, that number is going to rise, obviously, because unless I break my leg again. Yeah. I mean, that was the big that's the big money saver. Yeah. You know, because I missed a full month of golf easily. Yep. And then when I did golf, I was just playing El Zaggle, which is a 9-hole par 3 course.
It's like $12 to play.
Yeah, dirt cheap. That's all I could do. Like I wasn't supposed to be walking on it, and I was out there with a push cart. And doctor like, you gotta stop doing that. I'm like, well, it's my fucking job. I need to golf.
Yeah, I kind of have to be pushing this cart around.
Yeah. So it was a weird year for me. That number is going to rise next year more than likely. But I did have fun still. It was still, like I said, those 13 rounds, I enjoyed the shit out of them.
Yeah. I mean, you probably got out with your kid more.
Mm-hmm.
You got out with some new Rick. Had you ever
Yep.
golfed with Rick really before?
No, this
year?
is the first summer. We had a nice little weekly tradition there. He's probably 6 of my 13 rounds.
Yep. Interesting. God, I can't believe you went sub 1K.
I know. When I scrolled through 18 birdies and I was counting those, I about shit myself. I was like, no way.
Yeah. And okay, you said 800 and how much?
$810.
$810. And was that counting carts?
I just put it at 50 because I walk a lot.
Yeah.
And when I walk, it's $25.
Yeah, but even if you add, say, if you go $60 a round, like include cart,
Yeah.
on average, like you're still under $1,000.
Right. And I probably used a cart 4 of the 13 rounds.
Sure.
Cart with Grandpa. I think I used a cart with you guys at the Meadows one time.
Yep.
I really can't. I've cart with Rick a couple times.
When was your first round that you played?
It looked like it was in May. So I think it was.
Didn't you go to Arizona last winter?
Yes, I did.
Like in January or February?
Yeah, but we only played at Continental. Sorry. I scrolled way too far because it was only 13 rounds. Yeah, first round was in January.
Okay.
Yep, and then my next round was May 21st at Edgewood.
Damn. I'm trying to think when the courses opened this last year. I feel like it was not as early as it usually is. We had a really mild winter, but I think we got hit with some snowstorms in March, which didn't help anything at all. Again, Leonard Country Club was probably open during the snowstorm. When was the last round that you played?
That would have been October. That one's not recorded. Craigan's wasn't recorded, but that would have been October, first weekend in October.
Okay.
Because we go during the timeshare.
Yep.
So Grandma and Grandpa have a timeshare in that area that we go to every year. So then, I don't know.
Yeah. Did your handicap through 18 birdies make any improvements? Did it go down? Did it go up? Was it stagnant?
My handicap, I couldn't tell you what it was at the beginning of the year.
If you click on the first round of the year, it'll tell you if you scroll down.
It got better.
Really?
I went from a 17.4 to a 16.7.
Let's go. Moving is moving.
Yeah.
We only want it moving down. But even if it doesn't.
Weird. I feel like I didn't play that good because I only had one round all year sub 90.
But even like some of your, it takes a lot. The best 8 rounds of your previous 20, you could have kicked some really bad rounds out of those 20.
I did play a lot of 9 holes too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you got any more stats from your 2024 season?
No, I think that was those are the highlights. Like I said, I didn't golf that much, which sucked, but it was also, I don't know, like too much of a good thing could be a bad thing situation.
For sure.
A little bit of perspective.
I know a little bit about that. Yep.
So I'm hoping next year, got that new house next to 3 Bears.
Nice.
No tee times required.
Yep.
Show up and golf.
Pay at the bar.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to try and work out a tab situation with Joe.
Yeah.
Pay him once a month.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like having a membership.
I don't think he would care.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll know where you live eventually.
Right.
Because you live right by it. So, all right. My 2024 golf stats for this year. My first round was played on February 7th at Cove K Golf Course in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
When I went on that vacation.
Yeah, you got paired with randoms, right?
I did. Yep. And my handicap on February 7th was 9.6. My last round played of 2024 was October 20th at Maple River.
Okay.
And my handicap was 7.5. So I jumped 2 points down.
That's a good summer.
In handicap.
Once you're in the single digits, 2 points is a lot to jump.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it was a 7.5 until I was compiling the research yesterday.
Huh.
But again, I feel like like just the way I play a lot more in the lower 80s than I did the high 80s.
Right.
So it's either like low to mid 80s versus mid to high with a couple trickled in at, 80, 81, 79, what have you.
Okay.
So the handicap dropped 2.1 points. I played 27 recorded rounds.
Okay.
Which was the same amount of recorded rounds that I played in 2023.
Really? So we were just saying that you felt like you played less, but you played the exact same.
But I would suspect I had about 3 unrecorded rounds.
Okay.
And I know a couple of those were solo rounds where I just like I would just use 18 birdies to get my distances.
Gotcha.
And I was just out there playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say 30 rounds total. And I had 10 unconfirmed rounds approximately in 2023. So I played about 7 rounds, give or take a couple, 7 rounds less this year than I did last year.
Okay.
27 recorded rounds, 3 unrecorded. Factoring all that out between like 18 and 9 holes, 441 plus 54 unrecorded. I played about 495 holes.
Holy shit.
So that definitely breaks the 500 hole mark when you factor in like the 3-hole loop that we play for videos and shit like that.
I didn't count any of that in mine.
No, I didn't either. But 495 is the number that I can come up with for holes played, which is kind of wild. Like the fact that I played 500 or more holes, that seems
And the weird
absurd.
thing is, and you can remember specific shots.
For sure. Yeah. Like I remember damn near all 18 holes that I played in at Southern Hills by Custer.
Right.
Approximate balls lost. I said 3 balls per round on average.
Ooh, my number was probably north of that. 3 per 18.
3 per 18.
Yep. I'm definitely north of that.
So which would be, I mean, that for me at 30 rounds, that's 90 balls. I guess I can see myself losing 90 balls.
Yeah, but the stat that nobody talks about is how many we found.
Exactly.
This was a really fucking good year for me ball hawking.
Okay.
Like I think it was nice. I keep talking about, I want you guys to golf, right? I don't want everyone to be like, well, Tyler's happy that he only golfed 13 rounds. I don't want it to sound like that because I do think people should get out there and golf. But this was a really good year for me to get back to my roots.
Yeah.
I ball hawked my ass off this year and I found a lot of really good balls.
I mean,
like with that one round together we played at the Meadows, I found like 11 balls some shit and they were all good.
Yep. No, you did. And like whenever I would try and get to a spot to look for balls, you had already been there.
I picked it clean.
So, yeah. No, and I also kind of noticed that too. The Meadows, that round does stick out to me because that long par 5 where you got to go across the creek like twice.
Mm-hmm.
That one patch that said like, please do not enter. Well, you entered and you came out with like fucking 10 balls. So
that hole alone, I think I found like 6 balls. I found 3 over there.
Yep.
And then when we went over to the riverside, I found a bunch more.
Yep. And I think 90 balls is pretty accurate for me because like right now I am down to the shit balls in my bag.
Uh-oh.
We're talking top flights. We're talking Srixon marathons.
Dude, you always say that. I don't think Srixons are bad balls.
Well, so I'll hit a Srixon no problem.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when it says marathon on it, it just reminds me
of the gas
like,
station.
That or it reminds me of like Slazenger or
I don't think those are bad either.
See, I'm just not I don't know. I'm not a big I'm just it's personal preference.
To me, honestly, the only balls that I think are garbage are top flights and nitros.
Yeah, nitros are yeah. And
I've literally seen you hit a brand new nitro and it broke in half.
Yeah, I know.
We were doing the anti-slice video.
Yeah,
and you sliced it in half.
Okay, so with all that being said, here is my approximate grand total in money spent for 2024. Cost of rounds, I did at $70 per round, and that is including cart.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of like $65 rounds. And again, the cart epidemic,
Mhm.
20, at least 15, if not 20 plus for a cart. I did $70 around, $2,100.
Okay.
Okay. Not off to a great start. Cost of balls. I did about $100 because I remember buying a dozen balls in Florida because I had none.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought probably 3 or 4 or 5, 6 sleeves throughout the season. When I knew I was down to the shittiest of shit in my bag. So I tried to just get by with buying a sleeve or two. I'll approximate about $100 on golf balls. Cost of gloves, 2 Costco 4-packs,
Okay.
and 1 Clubhouse glove. I'm gonna chalk that up to about $75.
Okay.
The Costco 4-packs are $25.
Mm-hmm.
2 of those $50 plus 1 singular glove at a Clubhouse. You can barely get out of there under $25.
Right. They're all $35 to $40.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And then cost of drinks, approximately $100.
Okay.
That's kind of an easy one. $100 I think is good. You got buddies buying you stuff, you're buying them stuff.
It's funny that you played 23 more rounds than me and we spent the same amount on drinks.
I know.
What does that say about me?
Yeah, and that, that'll happen. I also played I played a lot of early morning rounds where I'm not like,
you're not boozing in the early morning rounds unless it's like a Irish coffee. That's the only thing you're drinking.
Yep. Or Bloody Mary in my case.
Yeah. I think a solo Bloody Mary is weird.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's just like the old guy who drinks tomato juice when he wakes up.
Yeah. I don't know. Bloody Mary on the golf course is just a strange drink for me.
If it's not in the morning.
Yeah. In general, I don't know.
You're not a Bloody Mary guy.
Out on Bloody Marys. I think they're garbage.
Okay, so with all those numbers, 2,100 on rounds, 100 on balls, 100 on drinks, and 75 on gloves. Approximately, I spent $2,375.
Okay, and I don't know how to react to that number because I can't remember what your number was last year.
Now, my number. Okay, so my number on rounds in 2023 was approximately 1,675.
Mm-hmm.
My number this year on rounds was 2,100. So about $500 more.
Because you did how?
About a little over $400 more. Inflation, Tyler. Cost of carts.
Holy
cost of golf.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, inflation smoked me when it came to playing golf.
Did you get the membership this year?
I didn't. And that's why I spent more this year than I did last year.
That checks out. Yes.
Because I played 10, like the course I play at the lake it used to be like $75. I bought a $500 membership, the first time member discount.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a $500 membership and I think I played 10 rounds on that membership. This year, the cost of a round at that course was $90.
Holy shit.
New ownership, inflation. I just love blaming shit on inflation.
No, you think you're right. I mean, we talked about it several times this year about the price of carts, the price of the range, everything. What do you think is the most overpriced thing in golf?
Golf carts.
I don't disagree with that. Golf carts or range buckets.
For sure.
I mean, I think clubs are obviously crazy expensive, but they all are.
They all are.
And they've always been crazy expensive. I mean, I don't know. Tee times are getting up there too, though.
Tee times are getting up there. Also, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you just look at the cost of a driver because that's the most expensive club in your bag. The cost of a driver, like brand new now, we're looking at like $600, $700 for the cost of a driver.
I don't know. This sport, dude, it just keeps the price just keeps skyrocketing. So I truly think like there's changes are coming. Like the adjustable golf club the adjustable golf club, the off-brand direct-to-consumer clubs, like all that stuff, it's going to start popping off even more, I think.
You think so?
I don't know. I just think there's so many more average Joes joining the game of golf that aren't looking to spend $3,000 a summer.
For sure.
And they're going to find ways to pinch those pennies any way they can. And I think there will always be the club snobs that have to swing their Callaways, that have to swing their TaylorMades, no matter what. There will always be those people in golf, no matter what. But I think the world and the realm of gimmicks, not gimmicks, that's not the right word. The world and the realm of affordable off-brand or affordable new technology.
Well, like Kirkland.
Yeah, exactly. Kirkland's the prime example of this. Yeah. I think
balls, gloves, and clubs now.
Yep, we're coming to that age, and the Kirkland clubs are even starting to get spendy.
Yeah, especially on the secondhand market because they're so hard. I mean, it's accessibility.
Right, people are buying them out and reselling them for triple the price.
Yep. I think the secondhand golf market, like the secondhand clubs that you can buy from somebody who is the golf club snob, the club hardo, selling their clubs from 2 years ago for a pretty good price. I think, that's also on the rise. Like if you go on Facebook Marketplace right now and you just search golf clubs, you could put a full bag together for probably $700 or $800 of like really nice clubs in probably the first, guaranteed in the first 10 listings that pop up on Marketplace.
Like that is a good deal now. 10 years ago, that's just what it cost.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's like the inflation of everything in golf is getting out of hand. So that's why I think that somebody's going to come up with something quality that is cheaper somehow, and it's going to blow the F up like Kirkland.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you can go on AliExpress or Alibaba and get, a knockoff set of P790 TaylorMades or T, whatever they're called. And you can get those for a couple $100.
Right.
I'd be so interested to hit a set of those just to see what they're like. I mean, they're probably pretty damn close, but just because the labor is.
Well, I also think too that like I'm not good enough for it to really matter.
Same.
Like that's the one thing that I will give PXG the nod over any other club I've swung, is they truly, for my skill level, make me better.
Yeah.
Like, as I hit it in the wrong spot 8 times out of 10, and the shot is a lot more consistent than when I was swinging my pings.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
And then I have swung Miles's Rogues too. And I swing this clubs the same damn way. And the PXGs were much more consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times, but it's wild where golf club technology is going. I just saw Cobra's new driver that they came out with. It's like the pop and twist. So I think you do still need to remove the club head. I'm not exactly sure, but like the adjustable club, you like pop it down, twist it to like whatever degree you want. Now you can do that with the new Cobra driver. So I think I don't know exactly.
Without the tool?
I think so.
Interesting.
Unless you have to unscrew the driver head with the tool and then pop it, versus like taking it off and then like manually doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I keep asking, like, where is golf club technology going to go? I don't know, but there's people a hell of a lot smarter than me that are just going to keep making things, we'll say, better, but we'll also say more ridiculous.
Yes. The technology is getting scarily complicated.
Like, where is it at in 10 years?
I don't
because
know, dude.
In the last 4, since we started golfing, I started golfing with a TaylorMade M2. And now we're looking at the AI Smoke.
Yep.
And the Stealth 5 that I think they're on.
It's made out of the same shit that they're making like military grade
pretty much
appliances out of.
Yeah. Pretty soon they're going to run out of buzzwords eventually.
Yes, they will. And
then they'll just recycle.
And then it'll be like a simple driver for a simple golfer. And then it'll completely revert.
Perfect. That's perfect though.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway,
well,
hey, I saved some money this year.
yeah, I don't really think I did,
I don't think you didn't.
but
Mathematically, you did not save any money.
inflation.
Yeah.
So
Fucking inflation, dude.
I know. 2025 is going to be interesting because I think the numbers will be lower. Hopefully we can knock off some inflation percentages, and we can stop paying $15 for a bucket of balls and $58 per carton. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Yep. Got an update on my buddy that was got the casting call for Happy Gilmore. After we talked about it last in the podcast, he was not going to set up the call with the people, and I convinced him to set up the call with the people. And turns out, whatever company is producing or doing the casting for Happy Gilmore is just like a giant casting company.
Okay.
And they're casting for like a bunch of movies. So
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So there was just no guarantees that he was going to end up in Happy Gilmore or end up in anything at all. So he said no.
So is he is he want to be like, is this something he wants to do, or did he just do it for like a bit?
He only did it because he's like you. He loves Happy Gilmore so much. He's like, I don't want to do it unless I'm in Happy Gilmore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting though. I mean, it makes sense for them, instead of doing a casting call for every single movie.
It's background actors too.
Yeah.
So
it would be sweet though to watch, like 20 years from now, you watch Happy Gilmore 2 with your kids or your grandkids.
See that guy in the back row?
Yeah.
That's me, buddy.
That can be your claim to fame.
He would never let us hear the end of it too.
Really?
If he got into Happy Gilmore and was in the movie, that's all he would talk about for the rest of eternity.
Well, it'd be in his Instagram bio for sure.
Without a doubt. I don't think he has an Instagram, to be honest.
Well, he would start one.
Yeah.
He'd start one as the background actor for Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah. Lead actor, Happy Gilmore 2 would be his bio.
Yeah. Which I think Happy Gilmore 2 is set to come out in like March or April.
Really?
March, April, or May of this year.
That was quick.
Yeah, which kind of scares me a little bit because it was so quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do like the majority of the scenes before they have the back, or like all the solo scenes with the big guys. They've been doing those for a long time.
I don't want to get my hopes up because I know it's not going to be as good as the original.
You're right. I know. But I mean, we can hold out for a little bit of hope, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's just like Sandlot. Sandlot is another absolute classic.
Have you ever watched the sequels to The Sandlot?
I won't watch them.
Talk about pissing on a legacy.
I won't watch them because
they're so bad. Most people don't know they're sequels. There's 2 sequels to The Sandlot.
Haven't seen either of them.
Oh my God, they're bad.
I am a little scared.
Yeah. If you like The Sandlot, ignore everything I just said. Sequels don't exist. That movie's by itself. It is all alone. It's a one-off, okay?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest of all time.
So good. So good. Actually, we were DMing with Patrick Renna.
Yeah.
Like a year ago. Hamilton Porter.
Yep. Yeah, that was kind of wild. We even, I think we were maybe going to do a video, and then we bought the
Smalls hats.
We bought this. Was it Smalls?
Yeah, the stupid long bill.
Who's the kid with glasses? What's his name again?
Squints.
Okay, I always get Smalls and Squints mixed up.
I've watched that movie so many freaking times.
It's the best movie on earth.
Maybe
not on earth, but
it's up there. It's a top 10 movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, PNC happening this weekend. One of our favorite tournaments of the year. It's wholesome. It's unique.
Yeah, it's starts tomorrow because PNC is only a Saturday, Sunday tournament.
Oh shit! Yeah. So when you're listening to this, it's done.
It's over with. We're filming this a week before because of
Christmas and whatnot.
Yep. So it's Friday, the Friday right before the PNC. That's going to happen Saturday, Sunday. Look through the roster. There wasn't anyone that stood out that like hadn't previously played.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Tiger and Charlie again.
Yep. The Dailies, the Sings, the Immelmans, the Kuchers. Nelly Corda and I want to say her dad are playing. I don't know if they played last year. She's a fucking stick.
Yeah.
It's just,
remember the run her and Scotty were on in like February and March where they were winning, like she won 6 in a row and Scotty won like 5 in a row.
It's insane.
Absolutely bonkers shit. So no new crazy family matchups. And for those of you that don't know exactly what the PNC is, it's the one where it's like a family member team up 2-person.
Yeah, it's like a current or former PGA professional that teams up with a family member. A lot of time it's like father son. I know like Justin Thomas and his dad, but I want to say somebody plays with like son-in-law or anything like that. Any relation you can play in the tournament.
Yep. Yeah. So you just pick a family member and you play golf, and it's best ball, correct? Or is it the rules change? I don't know, dude.
I can't remember if it changes from day to day. This is like the one thing that off-season golf has going for it. Right now, you got the TGL coming up, which is the indoor league with these PGA
I've been
pros.
Seeing so many cool clips of that.
I know. You see the rotating green.
You see the one. He must have worked for like the Golf Channel or something. Some TV personality sculled one out of the bunker into the stands.
No,
and there was nobody watching because it was just a little promo thing. But he's like, "This could get dangerous."
Yeah, you might
and
put
then his co-anchor or whatever was like, the people playing here for real are a lot better than you.
Yeah, they're not going to be hitting shots like that.
But he sculled one right out of the bunker, just rocketed into somebody would have lost a tooth.
Oof, eyes on the ball, as we like to say.
Yep.
So yeah, the PNC, it's just a great tournament to throw in at this time of the year when there's really, it's the off season of golf. FedEx Cup's over. It's the downtime. It's winter time. So I'm looking forward to it. I as much as I want Charlie and Tiger to win, I don't think they're going to.
No. But I bet they'll compete. They always do.
Yeah, they'll compete. You got the Dailies that are up there. Vijay Singh and his son have won it. I think last year it was the Kuchers.
This sounds right.
Possibly. So yeah, I'm gonna tune in because this weekend is like the.
Who would you play with if you were in it? Because you said your dad doesn't golf. Your kid's too young.
Jesus, that's a great question. See, no one in my family golfs more than once or twice a year.
Your brother, does he golf?
Nope.
Brother-in-law? Do you have a brother-in-law?
I have 2 brother-in-laws. One of them doesn't golf at all. The other one golfs a couple times a year.
I mean, you'd have to go with him then, wouldn't you?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of like cousins.
Grandpa
doesn't golf.
Mom
doesn't go. I mean, she would go once. Maybe
I thought she golfed because she came to the Pine to Palm.
Yeah, just to watch.
She was like spitting wisdom at me. I thought she said she golfed in high school.
She did, yeah, but that's the classic, like golfed in high school. She maybe golfs once or twice a year. I don't know. The person that comes to mind right away is like one of my cousins, like
what?
My cousin Nick, or
why not your wife?
Could play with the wife.
Yeah.
This last year, I think she maybe golfed once last year.
Never mind. I thought Meg golfed way more than that.
No, she would like to. It's a pipe dream of hers.
She can't because you're always gone golfing.
Exactly. So yeah, either my wife or maybe a cousin. Not a lot of options in my family tree.
Dude, I have so many options.
I know. Yeah, your dad golfs, your grandpa golfs.
I have a golf podcast, and I golf probably the 5th most in my family.
Which is odd because I grew up golfing with my mom and dad here and there. I played baseball in the summer, so it was busy. But yeah, outside of that, no one really golfs at all.
Yeah, because like my sister golfs regularly. She's in league. My brother-in-law golfs. My dad golfs. My grandpa golfs. My grandma golfs. Everybody. Weird. Yeah, I'm low on the list.
Huh.
I don't even know if grandpa was in it, if he'd even pick me.
So would you golf with G Dave?
Yeah. I mean, if I
You'd have to.
Yeah, of course I would.
You'd have to.
No one. Can you imagine? We'd be kings of the golf world for a week. We'd be Michael Block for a week if Grandpa Dave got on TV. You kidding me? That old man's fucking electric.
I was going to say the amount of airtime you guys would get, all the other competitors would be pissed.
And it would be after day one, because after it would take one day for the cameramen to realize they have to be focused on Grandpa Dave for the rest. And then day 2, Grandpa would light up the golf world. And then we'd have our week in the sun, like Michael Block. We'd get invited back to some charity tournament and then fade into obscurity.
Yeah, he would be telling all of these PG. He'd be telling Justin Thomas and Tiger Woods about his Wedgewoods.
Yeah, he'd be trying to sell PGA professionals.
Yeah,
on Wedgewoods.
Yeah, he'd be preaching the Wedgewoods.
Oh, that would be hilarious. He'd be sneaking shooters out of his bag for birdie juice.
Oh yeah, he would be playing golf like how golf should be played.
Yep.
Maybe not at the professional level.
Maybe he would start a revolution.
Who knows? I guarantee he would have a hell of an Instagram following after that tournament.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun tournament to watch. It's interesting to think about this. So you have current and former PGA professionals who have kids that are old enough to be playing in this tournament. John Daly, Tiger Woods, players like that. Now, give it another 15 years and you're going to be seeing guys like Max Homa and and a child of his playing.
Justin Thomas is going to have to dump his dad for his kid.
Justin Thomas and his kid. Yep. You're going to have John Rahm, hopefully, and his kid play. So there's definitely going to be a transition from the teams that you see now to, John Daly Jr. could be playing with a kid of his in 20 years.
Dude, what if we just keep that legacy going? Like the PNC is always the Dalys versus the Woods. And then it's just JD2 and Charlie and his kid just forever.
That would be kind of sweet because I think JD2 and Charlie are probably 4 or 5 years apart.
Yeah, sounds right. Because I think Charlie's mid-teens, like 15, 16, and JD2's in college.
Yeah, that would be electric. If you did like a 1v1, 1v1 style where it's like JD1 versus Tiger and JD2 versus Charlie.
Yeah.
And then you do a 2v2 the next day.
That's the match I want to watch.
That'd be a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Do you know
we add some rules in there, like that'd be too unfair for the dailies. Like every 3 beers you drink is a stroke off your score.
Yeah, JD2, he's gonna be if he's not already, he's gonna be slamming beers. The guys are sponsored by Hooters.
Yeah,
and they ain't just eating wings at Hooters; they're slamming beers.
I would argue that they probably go there for the beers more than the wings.
Probably. Yeah. They definitely don't. Yeah, the waiting staff. They definitely aren't going there for the waiting staff.
No chance.
The match that I would like to see, and this is like not really PNC related, but just matchups in general, would be Greg Norman versus Jay Monahan.
Hell yeah, brother!
How electric would that be?
Yeah, I actually don't think it would be electric. I think it would be hard to watch, but in a good way.
Yeah,
I think it would be so awkward and just cringy that it would be fantastic. It'd be like watching a shitty reality dating show.
Yeah,
where you just cringe at it, but you can't look away.
Yeah, because
what are they gonna say to each other? They fucking hate each other's guts.
Exactly. I don't know what they'd say. They probably wouldn't say much,
and they can't blow up.
No, not on camera.
Oh, sorry. Complete side note. Monahan spurred it. You know, we were talking last week about how commissioners and whatnot are a good thing. Nick Saban is heading a campaign to get the college football playoff a commissioner. So instead of it being run by like an NCAA committee, getting a commissioner for college football.
Okay.
So if Saban's calling for it, maybe we're on to something there.
Well, and then the commissioner, I'm sure, will have a lot of say in who gets in is based off of who wins conferences.
I think the
rankings and whatever. But
the bracket itself, I think, would still be like decided by a committee. But I'm talking like the NCAA as a whole. So like the transfer portal is a huge a debate right now, and I think that's what Saban's spearheading. Like, hey, we need a commissioner to handle shit like this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Bill Belichick will be right behind him too.
Yeah, Belichick, UNC.
Yeah, Monahan and Greg Norman will be fucking alive. I'm sure Greg Monahan, he has to golf. He's got to be pretty good at golf.
You'd think if you're the CEO of the former CEO of the PGA,
or he's like they hired him because they thought he was a good businessman or a good whatever. He'd be a good commissioner. I don't know. But you'd think he's got a golf, so I think it would be somewhat competitive, but more so it would be great reality television.
Yeah, I think the shark would bury him.
For sure. Or he'd get to like the final hole and then he'd lose on the final hole, just like he did in the
Masters.
In the Masters, yeah. So,
ouch. Greg, if you're hearing this, Ryan didn't mean anything by that.
No, I literally just speaking based off of truth. So
PNC, same old families as usual. If you could pick any relatives in fiction or in real life that aren't golfers or aren't professional golfers anyway to compete in the PNC, who would you pick?
I was thinking about this one before we started. I mean, I'm super biased towards Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Adam Sandler. He has 2 daughters.
Yep.
I'd love to see him and one of his daughters play in the PNC just because.
Do you actually want Adam Sandler or would you want him in character as Happy Gilmore the whole time?
I think I'd want Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Because the only athleticism you see out of Adam Sandler, like online, is him playing pickup basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He's a phenomenal pickup basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to just see him on the golf course and just see what he's like as a regular player.
I mean, I've seen clips of him actually just driving the ball normal.
Yeah.
And he hits the ball well.
Yeah. I mean, he's an athletic person. He'd be wearing probably baggy shorts, baggy shirts, the classic fit. Now, on a more real note, I would love to see Uncle Donnie.
Yep.
And his granddaughter.
President-elect. And what's her name? Kai?
Kai.
Yeah, I saw her speech.
I would love to see President-elect and Kai Trump.
And I am going to pair them up with Joe and Hunter Biden.
So that was my honorable mention would be Joe and Hunter.
I think we did this last year.
Probably.
This is ringing a bell.
Probably.
But I think we had it as Trump and Barron. Or Donald and Barron and Joe and Hunter.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if you could get Monahan and Biden against Trump and Greg Norman.
The ratings would skyrocket. People would watch it.
That would be insane. It'd be worth paying those guys millions of dollars to do this because that's what it would generate.
Biden would run away with it. He's a 6 handicap.
You say, I mean, he would take Trump in a driving contest.
My answer to that question is a lot less. It's a completely different direction. I'm going to go with Cheech and Chong, the brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're brothers. I
have no idea.
I think golf needs something like that. Just 2 fucking pods, smoke just rolling out of their cart as they rip down the fairway. They have no idea where their balls are. They've got music blaring.
That would be great television.
I don't. It would be awesome television for 2 holes, and then they'd lose them.
Yeah, because like that's one thing that golf doesn't really highlight, even like just casual golf in general, is the amount of people that are smoking pot on the course.
Oh my god, dude, it's a Grateful Dead concert out there on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean you're out in nature. Golf courses are essentially nature.
How much do you golf in Minnesota still? Quite a bit still?
Once a weekend in the summer usually.
So there's not as much people smoking because I don't think you can buy bud in Minnesota, but you can buy edibles and shit. Every dude on the course on a Saturday afternoon is whacked out of their 6 out of 10 people are whacked out of their mind.
For sure. And it's just no one's talking about that.
Yeah.
Since we started this podcast, everyone's just been talking about slugging beers on the course.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a large handful of people who are ripping edibles or smoking on the course and then just sipping on beers.
Dude, I can't function. At Miles' bachelor party, I ripped some edibles before we played in Arizona. I couldn't hit the fucking broadside of a barn, dude.
Yeah, but how much fun did you have?
I had a good time, but it was also just like kind of space cadetting it.
Yeah.
Just like just slowing things down.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on, guys? It's not for me on the course. That's for me on a couch.
Okay. I'm trying to think who in that world would also be great for the PNC.
I don't know. I don't know who in that world.
Because when you think of people who are like outspoken about smoking bud, It's
They're not related, but you could go Snoop and Martha.
okay. That would be Martha could probably, Snoop could adopt Martha, or Martha could adopt Snoop, and then they're family members.
Perfect.
They may not be blood related, but they're family.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Does the PNC list that you have to pass a DNA test that you're related? No, we're closest family.
I mean, player and father-in-law, or player and like son-in-law or daughter, whatever. Like they're not
blood related.
So
yeah,
that'd be a good one. Snoop's just too functional on it though. He needs it to function.
That's true.
So you get someone who's going to be whacked. That would be great television.
I don't know. I mean, Victor Hovland.
That is true.
He's had a couple interviews where he's very happy.
Yeah, Victor Hovland, to me, and I don't think it's confirmed, but he's the Tim Lincecum of golf.
Tim Lincecum, the pitcher?
Tim Lincecum.
I don't know the reference. I know who he is, but I don't get the reference.
Pitcher for the Giants. He would smash a bowl in the parking lot before every outing. Really? Oh, yeah. But he was blazed out of his mind.
So what was he smoking that it lasted the entire game? Wasn't he a closer?
Nope, he was a starter.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I thought he was a closer. I'm like, and he's ripping a bowl in the parking lot 4 hours before he's got to throw 6 pitches.
No, he was a starter. He was really good too. So, I mean, there's so many NBA players that are just absolutely blitzed.
Oh yeah. There was one NFL player that said he played every single game of his career high.
I don't know who that would be. I'm sure a lot of them have done that.
Yeah, I'll find it. As a running back, if I remember correctly.
Who's the outdoorsman, the hunter? He was a defensive lineman for the Broncos. Derek Wolf.
Derek Wolf, the golfer?
Nope. No, that's Matthew Wolf. Derek Wolf I believe he was a defensive lineman for the Broncos. He played in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. And he was on another podcast. He was talking about he would microdose mushrooms before every game. Yeah. And he took a little bit too much before the Super Bowl because he was like trying to get his nerves down. And he said he took a little bit too much. And the first couple plays or the first couple drives, he was like very out of it. And he said all he had to do was look at his teammates on the defensive side. And like, I don't know if he like his eyes widened or something, and they knew exactly what had happened. So they pretty much said like, hey, we got you. We got you right now until things start to level out again. And that was him during the Super Bowl. So.
And that was the Peyton Manning Broncos?
Yes.
And they won.
Yes.
Wow. It was Percy Harvin.
Oh, okay.
Percy Harvin used to get really bad migraines. Yeah. And then he smoked weed after every game after that.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Probably if that's.
There's a bunch. I Googled NFL player that played high, and there was like 15 names that came up. But Percy Harvin was the one I was thinking of. Michael O'Hare from The Blind Side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Orr.
Yeah. Sorry. Jesus.
Yeah.
Michael Orr. I knew that.
Yeah, we need someone. I mean, we have the Victor Hovland, but it's obviously not confirmed. It would be great to confirm somebody, because then if that person started playing well, just think of what the pot industry would be.
Dude, there's got to be a golf strain out there.
That's exactly where I was going. Like they would definitely tailor toward like a strain towards golfers.
Dude, that's got to exist.
And it would probably be an indica strain just to mellow people out a little bit. Now, I don't know why I know that much about that. I never touched the stuff, but college buddies did all the time. They were talking about indica in the couch.
It might not exist. Oh, no. I don't see a strain specifically for golfers. Maybe we found the one thing that they haven't just slapped a golf ball logo on.
Call it Birdie Bud.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of merchandise that's weed.
Yeah.
But like.
Birdie Bud.
There you go.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. You see what happens when we just start rattling shit off?
Dude, let me check edibles.
Edibles for golfers. THC edibles for golfers.
There's CBD for golfers.
Okay, not as fun, but not that I would know, but my college buddies would say that's not as fun.
Yep, got it. Fucking A.
What's it called?
Bite's newest edible. They're called Brand New Bite Edible, introducing the Golf Grape Transfusion. These edibles are designed for golf enthusiasts who also share that love and passion for cannabis. It's in a little tin that looks like a golf hole.
Okay. It would be cool if if they made actual flour for golfers, and it came in like a nice circular bud.
Yeah, and then they would give you
that
a
looked
little
like a golf ball.
a T20.
Yeah.
Yep. So you keep that in your hat. It would look like you have a golf tee.
T20 is a great idea.
That's made.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, maybe we'll sit down and workshop this a little bit. I mean, we're in North Dakota, so
we can't. We've never partaken.
But medically wise,
they make a golf T20 that comes with a golf ball grinder.
Holy shit! They're on it.
They're on it. Another idea that someone already took, except for the strain. There's no specific strain. I don't know what you would do.
Well, and people, they latch on to different strains.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, TM.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's the 2024 golf recap for this year. 2025 is going to be it'll be another fun one. Hopefully, get out a little bit more. Hopefully, spend a little bit less. Don't know how that really correlates, but we'll see if we can make it happen. We're on a simulator league.
Yep. I'll get on that. Your commissioner is here. Remember, give your commissioner some grace, Ryan.
That is true. Guys and gals, hope you have a good Christmas. Happy New Year. We will see you. We'll see you next year.
Love you.
Love you.